Yes, started.
Okay. Very good evening, everyone. This is Ankit, and today we are going to have a session on Cypress. So we are going to touch base each and every topic today, right? And don't worry, there is no prerequisite for the session. It's not mandatory that you should know automation, right? So I'll try my best to teach from the scratch. So don't worry, ki whosoever knows automation has to, you know, so there is no prerequisite for this session, right? I'll try my best to convey from the scratch, right? So welcome, guys. Our first slide is agenda. So what we are going to cover today. Our first point would be what is Cypress, right? So we're in this, we will touch what is Cypress, why we use Cypress, right? The next is Cypress trend, last 1 year trend. What does this mean? It means in last 1 year, how many people across the world Cypress being downloaded, right? Whosoever has downloaded, we will see how many people across the world has downloaded Cypress. And this will tell us the demand of Cypress, right? Going forward, what's the demand, what's the trend of Cypress, right? This will tell you, the importance of Cypress in the across the IT industry in the world, right? So this will help you in, in relating that how many people are using Cypress these days, right? The next point is advantages of Cypress, right? Why any tool, if we are using, we should first understand what extra we are going to get from that tool. What are the advantages of those tools, right? So we are going to touch base. What are the different advantages of Cypress? Then when it comes to, advantages, then definitely disadvantages are also there, right? So we are going to touch base. What are the problems with Cypress? There are some problems as well with Cypress. So we are going to see what are the problems with Cypress. Then the important aspect of any tool is the technology stack, right? What does this mean? It means what technology in the background that tool is using, right? So we are going to touch base on that. Then architecture of Cypress, right? It's very important to understand how Cypress works, right? Just knowing Cypress is not sufficient, right? You should know how Cypress works in background, why it is more, beneficial than Selenium, right? So the main reason behind that is its architecture, right? This tool is different in architecture as compared to Selenium. So we are going to touch base on that as well. Then we have browser support. How many browsers Cypress supports, right? What are the different browsers which are compatible to Cypress? Then the last topic of today is going to be what are the different components of Cypress, right? If there is a tool, then there comes the components of that tool. Means what are the different parts of that tool, right? So we will touch base on the different components of Cypress today. Any questions so far on this slide, guys?
No,
No, sir.
Okay, so moving to the next slide. So let's begin our journey, guys. So our first slide is what is Cypress? So Cypress is an end-to-end testing framework, which is used for web-based automation. That's one. Second is it's a next generation tool, which is used for automating modern web-based applications. I will tell you what does this mean. So Cypress is a next generation tool. It means it is the latest tool in the market, which supports the latest technology, and it also supports those web-based applications which are built on latest technologies. What what do you mean by the latest technology, guys? Do you have any idea? Anyone from you? These days, what is the technology stack of web-based application? On what technology the web-based applications are getting built? Anyone from you? Can you tell me what on what technology, right? Different, for example, late trip. I'm not sure what is the technology stack of late trip. Any web-based application, latest. What is the technology stack of those application? Anyone?
Angular nodes,
Yes, good.
React.
Good, guys. So
Yes.
good. Yeah, Shubham. So these days, all the applications, web-based applications are getting built, developed on a technology called React, Angular JS, Node, right? So these are the latest technologies in the market, right? React is a latest technology and same with Angular JS, guys. So Cypress supports these technologies. When Cypress is supporting a new technology, it means it is supporting a new web-based, a new modern web-based application, right? So that's why Cypress is very popular because it supports the latest technologies which are in the market right now, right? And why it is also popular, you know, can anyone tell me uh, what does the front end guy does? If we are saying he or she is a front end developer, right? So what technology stack he uses? Can anyone tell me? If, for example, Ankit is a front end developer, right? So what exactly he is doing, he will do, and what technology in background he will use? Anyone?
Angular itself.
Okay. I heard HTML, guys. So what is HTML?
Hypertext markup language.
Yeah, that I know. But what it does?
सर HTML मतलब वो HTML के कॉमन टेक्स्ट तो सब में यूज में आते हैं बट HTML वो UI UX में मोस्टली यूज होता है HTML बना जैसा कोई वेबसाइट है उसका HTML पूरा पेज बना HTML में बनता है तो वो UI UX के लिए HTML और CSS यूज में आता है.
Okay, anyone from you, Krishna, Yagnesh, Aman, Sumit, Jimit, what is HTML, guys?
Language.
No, that is true. HTML stands for Hypertext Markup Language, right?
Yes sir.
So, guys, the HTML, कोई भी page, अगर if we are developing any web page, right? Then how that page is going to look like, right? That that comes in HTML, right? Where that box is going to be, text box, button, right? We are designing anything on the page, right? What color is going to be, what image is going to be, where it is going to be, right? Whether we want a text box or not, drop down or not, button or not, right? Everything is being designed by HTML, right? So without HTML, a web page cannot be designed and created. So that's HTML. But when we click any button on any web page, right? For example, there is a login button, right? You have given your credentials, your username as a valid username. You have given your valid password. Then you are clicking a button called login button, right? When you click that button, it takes you to the next page if your credentials are valid, right? So on the click of a of login button, if it is performing any functionality, right, then then there comes a logic behind that, and that logic is being written in a language, right? So these, a front end developer uses JavaScript mainly along with HTML. JavaScript is being integrated, right? HTML is nothing. HTML is just a look like of a page, how that page is going to look like. But the functionality, how that functionality is going to work, what is the logic, right? Everything is being written in a language called JavaScript, right? So front-end developer is a combination of a guy who knows HTML and a scripting language called JavaScript mainly, right? But these days, people are using React, Angular JS, right? But JavaScript is also equally important. Why? Because if we are performing any functionality on our page, then that logic comes from a scripting language, right? From one language, and mainly it is JavaScript, right? So this Cypress is very popular in front end, in developer also. Why? Because Cypress uses JavaScript, and JavaScript automatically being used by the front end developers, right? So it's very easy for the developers to work with this tool, right? Because they already know JavaScript. They need not to do anything extra for using this tool, right? So that's why this tool is very popular with with developers also, right? Because JavaScript is being used across by all the front-end developers. So they are using this tool for their unit testing as well, right? QA uses this tool for front-end developer, for front-end automation, but at the same time, uh, developers are also using this tool for their unit testing, right? So that's why this tool is very popular, right? The reason, again, I am going to reiterate everything. It is a tool which is used for front-end automation, right? We can use this tool for unit testing. We can use this tool for integration testing. We can use this tool for automating end-to-end testing, right? We can also, this tool is also popular because it supports the latest technologies in the market. The web-based applications which are built on the latest technology, for example, React, AngularJS. So this tool supports that as well, right? And it is also very popular with the developers. And the reason being is, especially with the front-end developers, right? Why? Because JavaScript is being used across, by all the front-end developers for their daily work. And this tool also supports JavaScript, right? So that's why this tool is very popular. Any questions so far on this slide, guys?
No, sir.
सर पाइथन को भी सपोर्ट करता है?
No. I will tell you more, right? So for now, answer is no. Any more questions on this slide, guys?
No,
Anyone?
sir.
Anyone from Aman, Krishna, Harsh? Guys, uh, could you able to understand what is Cypress?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Sir, one question from my side.
Yes, please.
As I know, sir, JavaScript, Cypress is support JavaScript, right? So, sir, एक TypeScript भी आता है, so वो supportable support करता है ये Cypress?
Which scripting you are telling about?
TypeScript, sir.
TypeScript.
Yes.
Okay. So TypeScript, I heard that word. I heard that scripting language. Okay, do one thing, Shubham, park this question, right? Note down this question. I will get back to you on this.
Sure, sir.
Okay, start, guys. Anyone from you, please start creating a Google spreadsheet and start marking your questions there. If I could not able to answer that.
Okay, sir.
Okay, shall I move to the next slide, guys?
Yes, sir.
Okay, moving to the next slide, the trend. Cypress last 1 year download trend. So the main purpose of including this slide is I just wanted you guys to understand the importance of Cypress in the world these days. How many of IT guys are using Cypress, right? Why I am forcing you guys to use Cypress, right? Okay, so let's start. I would say from April 2021, there were approx 25 lakhs, not 25, 225 lakhs people who were using across the world Cypress, right? And currently in April 2022, there are approx 3 lakhs 25,000 people, not 32 lakhs, sorry. 32 lakhs people approx are using Cypress across the world. 32 lakh, right? So if you can see the graph, the demand of Cypress is getting, increased, right? So in January 2022, the demand got a little shaky. It went down, and it happens. Why it went down generally? In January, actually, the new year gets started, right? So companies and all different projects, actually what happens, the work they generally प्लानिंग चल रही होती है उस फेज में, राइट? एक्चुअल कि हमें साल भर, हमें द होल ईयर व्हाट वी हैव टू डू, सो दे जनरली दे थिंक कि हमें करना क्या है इस साल, राइट? तो जनवरी इज ऑलवेज लाइक दैट. तो एक्चुअल वर्क जो हमारा स्टार्ट होता है, इट स्टार्ट फ्रॉम फेब्रुवरी. तो दैट्स वाई थोड़ा हमें डाउन दिखा है हमारा ट्रेंड इन द जनवरी. बट अगेन व्हेन यू विल सी द अगेन हमारी जो ग्राफ है, इट्स इट गेट्स इंक्रीज. So by April 2022, there are approx 32 lakhs people across the world who have downloaded Cypress and who are using Cypress. So 32 lakh is not a small number, guys. It is a very big number, right? 32 lakh, right? Across the world. This shows this Cypress is in demand, right? It's being used across the world, right? There are 32 lakhs people in the world who are using Cypress at the same time, right? And today is, May is getting started, so the number may cross to 40 lakh as well, right? So this shows the Cypress is in demand, right? And it's being used across the world in different IT sectors, right? So that's why this tool is very popular, right? So many people are downloading and using this tool. Any question, guys?
No, sir.
Okay, so there is a link here, Cypress trend. If you want to go and see, if you will click this link, I have, so this will take you the page where you can see the trend of Cypress, right?
Yes.
Okay, shall I move to the next slide? Any questions so far, guys, on this?
No, sir.
All.
Okay, moving forward. Okay, what is the advantages of using Cypress, guys? Why we should use Cypress? First, it is very easy to set up. The setup of Cypress is pretty easy and very easy to learn. It's not like Selenium, where we have to first, understand what is Maven, right? And different, but here everything is pretty easy. Setup is very easy. And if you are from Selenium background, then all the dependencies on all you already have to explicit mention in the POM, right? POM, right? So then those dependencies gets downloaded. But all the dependencies here comes integrated with Cypress. You need not to download any dependency. It comes with Cypress. You just have to install or download Cypress. All the dependencies will get downloaded automatically, right? So it's very easy. It's easy to set up and easy to learn. That's first. Second, if you are from Selenium background, guys, so in Selenium we have to explicitly give the weights, right? Weight.
Yes. Yes.
Right? But here in Cypress, weight is inbuilt, right? So if the page is not loaded completely, right? For example, you have open up web page, right? Then you are seeing that still it is getting loaded, right? So if that page is getting loaded, right, then Cypress automatically waits, right? You need not to give explicit weight like you guys used to do for Selenium, right? So the weights are inbuilt in Cypress, right? So that is the intelligence which these Cypress guys have brought in Cypress tool, right? You need not to give weights, right? And that is why automation using Cypress is stable, right? The last point is saying it is less flaky. It is less flaky means it is stable. Sorry, flaky means flaky का मतलब होता है unstable. So as compared to other automation tool, Cypress is stable. If you are running your automation, your scripts after automation, after doing automation, if you are running your automation scripts, then chances of passing those scripts are more as compared to the other tools. Why? Because there are many inbuilt weights here. You need not to worry, because generally what happens, your scripts get failed because of the कभी कभी क्या होता है कि एलिमेंट्स लोड ही नहीं हुए, एलिमेंट्स नहीं मिले हमें, राइट? तो देयर आर many chances कि बिकॉज ऑफ दीज कभी कभी हमारे एलिमेंट्स हमें नहीं मिलते हैं, and उसके कारण हमारा जो स्क्रिप्ट होती है वो फेल हो जाती है, राइट? बट हियर इन साइप्रस सिंस वेट इज ऑलरेडी इनबिल्ट, राइट? सो यहाँ दैट्स व्हाई इट इज मोर स्टेबल. And there are more reasons why it is more stable, but for now you should understand that weight is inbuilt in Cypress. You need not to explicitly give, right? Third, we can test edge cases in Cypress. What do you mean by this? Let me try to explain this with an example, right? There is a web page. उस वेब पेज में आपने बहुत बार देखा होगा कि ये होता है कि लॉगिन करना है आपको वाया गूगल, राइट? या फिर लॉगिन करना है वाया जीमेल, राइट? उसमें बटन होते हैं, राइट? आपको लॉगिन, तो जब आप लॉगिन वाया गूगल पे क्लिक करते हो तो वो आपको गूगल पेज पे ले जाता है, फाइन, थर्ड पार्टी पे ले जाता है. आपने एक अपना वेब बेस्ड एप्लीकेशन बनाया है, उसमें आपने लॉगिन करवाना है, तो उसमें फंक्शनैलिटी दी हुई है कि एक बटन है जिसमें दिया हुआ है लॉगिन वाया गूगल, या फिर लॉगिन वाया आपको, या फिर फॉर एग्जांपल लेट्स ट्राई टू अंडरस्टैंड दिस, पेमेंट. आप पेमेंट पेज पे हो, पेमेंट पे आपको पेमेंट करना है, तो पहला है कि पेमेंट करना है किससे कर सकते हैं इंडिया में पेमेंट. देयर आर डिफरेंट मोड्स ऑफ पेमेंट्स, राइट? दीज डेज यू कैन यूज क्रेडिट कार्ड, राइट? या फिर आपका ऑटोमेटिकली किससे कर सकते हो, आप गूगल पे से कर सकते हो
और यूपीआई.
So there could exist a button called payment via UPI. Then second, there could exist a button, for example, payment via Google Pay, right? There could exist a button कि login via credit card. तो जब आप UPI पे login via UPI पे क्लिक करोगे या फिर login via Google Pay पे क्लिक करोगे, it will take you to the UPI page, right? For example, ये भी होता है कि login via internet banking, right? तो जब आप उस पे क्लिक करते हो तो थर्ड पार्टी, मतलब तो एक्सिस बैंक या आईसीसीआई बैंक पे ले जाता है आपको, राइट? सो वो आपके एप्लीकेशन का पार्ट नहीं है, वो एक थर्ड पार्टी है जो आपका पेज आपको वहां ले जा रहा है, राइट? अब आपको अगर ये भी टेस्ट करना है कि यार फॉर एग्जांपल कभी कभी ये होता है कि अगर आपने मतलब लॉगिन पेमेंट वाया यूपीआई किया तो फेल, फॉर एग्जांपल यूपीआई का सर्वर डाउन है, राइट? तो जब आपने लॉगिन वो पेमेंट वाया यूपीआई किया और वहां से फॉर एग्जांपल सर्वर डाउन है, तो वहां से अगर फेलियर हो गया तो आपकी यूआई पे क्या मैसेज दिखना चाहिए इफ यू वांट टू टेस्ट दैट कि पेमेंट वाया यूपीआई, पेमेंट वाया गूगल पे, राइट? अगर वो पेमेंट फेल हो गए, राइट, थर्ड पार्टी पे, तो 1 minute गाइस.
ओके.
ओके, तो गाइस, so what happens कि फॉर एग्जांपल पेमेंट वाया यूपीआई फेल हो गया, पेमेंट वाया गूगल पे फेल हो गया, तो जब वो फेल हो जाएगा थर्ड पार्टी, राइट, तो आपके यूआई पे एरर मैसेज दिखेगा, राइट? इफ यू वांट टू टेस्ट दैट, तो हाउ यू विल टेस्ट? कैन एनी वन ऑफ यू टेल मी कि कैन वी अचीव दिस वाया सेलेनियम? कि अगर थर्ड पार्टी हमारा फेल हो गया, राइट, तो हाउ यू आर गोइंग टू ऑटोमेट दिस? इफ यू वांट टू सी कि अगर यूपीआई फेल हो गया हमारा, हम जो कॉल कर रहे हैं पेमेंट वाया यूपीआई, पेमेंट वाया गूगल पे, राइट, अगर पेमेंट वाया इंटरनेट बैंकिंग और एक्सिस बैंक में फॉर एग्जांपल एक्सिस बैंक का सर्वर डाउन है, राइट, तो वहां पे जो एरर मैसेज आएगा तो आपकी यूआई पे कुछ एक एरर मैसेज दिखेगा. इफ यू वांट टू वैलिडेट दैट, कैन यू अचीव दैट यूजिंग सेलेनियम? नो यू कांट.
सर,
हम्म
अगर वो वैलिडेशन एरर मैसेज हम कंडीशन लगा देते हैं इस डिस्प्ले का, सपोज अगर वो डिस्प्ले होगा तो टेस्ट केस फेल होगी, अगर नहीं डिस्प्ले हुआ तो टेस्ट केस पास होगी।
ट्रू,
तो ये लगा
राइट?
सकते हैं।
हाँ, वो लगा सकते हैं, राइट? बट उसके लिए फेल होना भी तो चाहिए ना। बट
Yes.
अगर आपको चेक करना, फॉर एग्जांपल एक टेस्ट केस है कि आपको एरर मैसेज चेक करना है, राइट? बट उसके लिए आपको वो सिस्टम फेल भी तो करवाना होगा। आपको एक्सिस
हाँ
बैंक का सर्वर कैसे डाउन करवाओगे आप? अगर आपको चेक,
हाँ
आपने टेस्ट केस लिख लिया, यू कैन राइट योर टेस्ट केस फॉर श्योर, बट वो कंडीशन आएगी कब? आपको, आप कैसे इंश्योर करोगे कि आपका टेस्ट केस सही चल रहा है कि नहीं? उसके लिए एटलीस्ट आपको वो सर्वर तो डाउन करवाना पड़ेगा ना। आप कोई भी
जी yes.
ऑटोमेशन करते हो, उसको वैलिडेट तो हर हर टेस्ट केसेस को आप चला के देखते हो, राइट? कि इफ इट इज वर्किंग फाइन और नॉट, राइट? तो
Yes,
आपने
sir.
टेस्ट केस तो लिख लिया उसका, बट हाउ यू विल मेक श्योर कि आप एक्सिस बैंक का सर्वर डाउन कर दोगे? हाउ यू विल मेक श्योर कि यूपीआई का सर्वर डाउन कर दोगे, गूगल पे का कर दोगे डाउन? इज इट पॉसिबल? नो, इट इज नॉट पॉसिबल, राइट? यू
Yes, sir.
कैनॉट, आप थर्ड पार्टी को टच ही नहीं कर सकते हो, तो हाउ यू विल, उसको आपको फेक करना पड़ेगा। फेक करना पड़ेगा मतलब आपको एक ऐसा इन्वायरमेंट क्रिएट करना पड़ेगा कि वहां कि आपको एरर मैसेज दिखे। तो यू कांट ऑटोमेट दिस सिनेरियो वाया सेलेनियम, बट you can automate this scenario via Cypress. So what Cypress will do? Cypress, you can आर्टिफिशियली, होता क्या है, जब आप लॉग इन विद यूपीआई करते हो, एक रिक्वेस्ट जाती है यूपीआई सर्वर पे, वहां से रेस्पॉन्स आता है, राइट? तो जो रेस्पॉन्स आया है उसको साइप्रस फेक फेक रेस्पॉन्स में कन्वर्ट कर सकता है, गाइस। तो अगर वहां से रेस्पॉन्स सक्सेसफुल आया है तो साइप्रस, वी कैन, विद द हेल्प ऑफ साइप्रस वी कैन से कि इट इज अनसक्सेसफुल, राइट? तो वी कैन fake, we can create a dummy response, right? And with the help of that dummy response we can validate these edge scenarios, guys. समझ में
Yes.
आ रहा है what I'm trying to say?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So this is also very very important, and ये हमारा bottleneck होता था, right? कि हम, we could not able to test these edge scenarios, right? But with the help of Cypress we can create a dummy response, right? And with the help of those dummy response we can validate whatever we want to validate, right? So that is why Cypress is again very important.
Yeah, right.
Guys, समझ में आ रहा है? कृष्णा, अमन, guys, कुछ समझ में आ रहा है आपको what I'm trying to say here?
Yes, sir. सर डमी रिस्पांस मतलब जो रिस्पांस यूपीआई से आएगा वो यहाँ पे दिखा देगा, मतलब ये समझे नहीं?
हाँ, गुड गुड। तो होगा क्या अमन, वहां से रेस्पॉन्स आया, यूपीआई से रेस्पॉन्स आया सक्सेसफुल का, कि आपने यहाँ लॉग इन विद यूपीआई किया, तो वो आपको लॉग इन पेज पे ले गया। वहां मतलब लॉग इन पेज पे ले गया, इसका मतलब कि आपने जो रिक्वेस्ट भेजी थी वहां से जो रिस्पॉन्स आया सक्सेसफुल आया, कि हाँ भाई सब कुछ सही चल रहा है। बट आप क्या करोगे, वहां से जो रेस्पॉन्स आया उसको साइप्रस रीड करके उसको फेक, मतलब डमी रेस्पॉन्स बना सकता है। डमी इन द सेंस, वहां से आया सक्सेसफुल तो एक अपना फेक फेक रेस्पॉन्स क्रिएट कर सकता है। आपको सक्सेसफुल नहीं चाहिए, आपको अनसक्सेसफुल चाहिए, राइट? आपको चाहिए कि वो एरर मैसेज मुझे चेक करना है। तो व्हाट डमी मतलब फेक,
थर्ड
फेक
पार्टी जब सर्वर डाउन होगा तो उसका एरर मैसेज जो होगा वो हमें देखना है,
वो
लेकिन
हमें
हम
देखना है, राइट?
खुद तो नहीं कर सकते, लेकिन साइप्रस हमें डमी दे देगा आंसर।
हाँ, हमें एक फेक, एक फ्रॉड सा, हमें जो एक्चुअल है उसको नहीं करके, जो एक ऐसा फेक एनवायरनमेंट क्रिएट कर सकते हैं जिससे हम वो नेगेटिव सिनेरियोस टेस्ट कर सकते हैं, राइट?
यस सर।
तो दैट इज व्हाई अगेन साइप्रस इज आल्सो वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट। वी कैन टेस्ट एज केसेस बाय मॉकिंग द सर्वर। इसको बोलते हैं मॉक करना, मॉक, मॉकिंग। ये वेरी कॉमनली यूज्ड वर्ड होता है मॉकिंग। मॉकिंग मींस कि जो सर्वर एक, आप एक रियल एनवायरनमेंट को आप एक अपने मतलब मॉक कर लो, मतलब उसको कॉपी कर सकते हो उस रेस्पॉन्स को, और अपने हिसाब से उस रेस्पॉन्स को आप ट्विस्ट कर सकते हो, ट्विक कर सकते हो। दैट इज कॉल्ड मॉकिंग। So ability to test edge cases by mocking the server response, right? So that is again a beautiful part of Cypress.
यस सर।
Okay, moving to the next point. Selenium में, in Selenium we used to write a code for capturing the screenshots, right? A screenshot doesn't get captured automatically in Selenium, in any tool in the world. We have to write few line of codes for capturing the screenshot, right? But
Yes.
in Cypress, the beauty of Cypress is it automatically captures the screenshot. You need not to write any single word of code, right? So we can, so when you will see when you will run your scripts, right? You will see the screenshots are being captured automatically in Cypress, right? So that's the beauty of Cypress, guys, right? We need not to worry about the screenshot. Everything is being captured automatically. We need not to write a line of code for capturing the screenshot. Moving to the next point. A screenshot is one part, but bro, you guys can capture video also. Whatever is being executed using Cypress, right? Video automatically is getting created in background, right? You can see those videos of your test cases, how test cases runs, right? You can see everything is being captured in that video automatically, right? There is a component of Cypress called dashboard. You can see that video in the dashboard, right? So again,
Yes.
a beautiful part of Cypress, right? Moving to the second last point, Cypress is very fast and consistent, guys. I will tell you why it is fast. Not this in this slide. When we are going to touch architecture of the slide, architecture of the Cypress, I will tell you why Cypress is very fast. So for now, just understand, Cypress is faster than Selenium, and I will tell you why. Right? So this is again a beautiful part of Cypress, right? It is fast and consistent. And the last point I already told you, it is very stable, right? It is, as compared to other tools, it is more stable. When you will run your scripts, your scripts will pass, the percentage of passing your scripts is more in Cypress as compared to other tools, right? So
Yeah.
these are just few advantages of Cypress. There could be many more advantages, right? But I just wanted to highlight few important advantages of Cypress, right? So I just wanted, this is, so that you can understand why Cypress is being popular, so popular in market these days, right? So these are the main advantages of Cypress, right? There could be many more. And as and when we proceed, you'll come to know that there are many advantages of Cypress. Any question on this slide, guys, so far?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes,
please.
sir.
सुमित आप पूछ लो पहले.
ओके सर, जैसे कि आपने कहा कि इंटरनली उसमें वेट लगा होता है, तो न सच एलिमेंट एक्सेप्शन वो ज़्यादा तो नहीं आता होगा.
नहीं
लेकिन
आता.
सर हाँ, तो मोस्ट ऑफ कुछ कुछ एलिमेंट बहुत टाइम ले लेते हैं, जैसे कि हमें फिर कंडीशन लगानी पड़ती है, नहीं तो कीवर्ड लगाना पड़ता है टाइम आउट का. तो उस टाइम पे साइप्रस में कितने तक वेट लगा सकते हैं? जैसे कि हम
Yes.
मैनुअली इधर लगा सकते हैं कि 10 सेकंड 15 सेकंड, तो साइप्रस
good.
में कितना है?
Good. So by default 4 second होता है, right? But you can change that 4 second to whatever seconds you want to give. If you want कि एक पेज है, आपको लोड होने में बहुत टाइम ले रहा है, right? तो by default 4 seconds होता है, but those properties are, you can change that property and you can give 20 seconds, 30 seconds, whatever you want to give, you can give that. But by default 4 seconds तक wait करता है Cypress.
ओके सर.
तो ये कॉन्फ़िगरेशन में थोड़ा वहाँ पे चेंज करना होगा ना, राइट
बस
सर?
yes, it's कुछ नहीं, 4 सेकेंड है, मिली सेकेंड में मेंशन होता है, 4000 वैल्यू होगी, उसको आपको 20,000 कर देना है. That's it.
ओके.
Any more question, guys, on this?
यस. सो सर, ये स्क्रीनशॉट वाला है, तो वो फेलियर के भी स्क्रीनशॉट ऑटोमेटिकली लेता है?
Yes, everything, Shubham.
यस.
It's
ओ अच्छा.
not just positive, everything. So that's why one more advantage, guys, it's very easy to debug in Cypress. What is debugging? Debugging is कि जब भी आपकी स्क्रिप्ट फेल होती है, आप उसको डीबग करते हो, आप उसको समझते हो कि यार कहाँ फेलियर हुई, राइट? किस स्टेप पे फेलियर हुआ और क्यों हुआ, राइट? क्योंकि आपको फिक्स करना होता है वो फेलियर, राइट? अगर कोई भी स्क्रिप्ट आपकी फेल हो रही होती है तो आपको डीबग करना होता है, दैट इज डीबगिंग, कि उसका रूट कॉज मालूम करना है कि वेयर इट इज गेटिंग फेल्ड एंड व्हाई इट इज गेटिंग फेल्ड. दिस इज कॉल्ड डीबगिंग, राइट? So debugging is very easy in Cypress because each and every step is being captured automatically, whether it is a positive step, a negative step, if it is success or it failure, everything is being captured. And अगर कोई स्टेप हमारा फेल भी हो गया स्क्रिप्ट में, राइट, सो द एरर मैसेजेस जो साइप्रस आपको इतना इंट्यूटिव मैसेज देगा कि आपको तुरंत समझ में आ जाएगा कि वेयर इट इज गेटिंग फेल्ड. आपको उसकी भी टेंशन नहीं लेनी है. Automatically it will tell you कि why this step is getting failed. The messages being shown by Cypress are so friendly कि just after reading those messages you can come to know कि why it is getting failed.
Yes, it's really helpful, sir.
Right? So the main होता क्या है, especially to those जिसने automation पे काम नहीं किया है, mainly debugging is always very tricky, guys. आपने कोड तो लिख लिया बट आपका कोड चल ही नहीं रहा है अकॉर्डिंगली, राइट? आपको चेक करना है कि लॉगिन फंक्शनैलिटी सक्सेसफुल है कि नहीं, राइट? फॉर एग्जांपल मैंने अभी लेट ट्रिप का आपको ऑटोमेशन करके दिखाया था जिसमें मैंने 2 सिनेरियो लिए थे. पहला सिनेरियो था कि हम लॉगिन कर रहे हैं विद अ इनवैलिड ईमेल और लॉगिन करने के बाद जो एरर मैसेज आ रहा था, आई वाज वैलिडेटिंग दैट मैसेज, राइट? बट मैंने जो कोड लिखा होता, फॉर एग्जांपल मैंने कोड लिखा होता है ये सब चेक करने के लिए, बट मेरा समहाउ कोड नहीं चल रहा है अकॉर्डिंग टू दिस. मैं अचीव करना चाह रहा हूँ कि एरर मैसेज भी मैं वैलिडेट कर लूँ, बट समहाउ मेरा कोड एरर मैसेज नहीं वैलिडेट कर पा रहा था, राइट? तो इसका मतलब मेरी कोडिंग में कहीं ना कहीं प्रॉब्लम है. तो उसको डीबग करने के लिए साइप्रस इज वेरी वेरी इजी, राइट? वी कैन इजीली अंडरस्टैंड कि व्हाई माय स्क्रिप्ट्स आर नॉट वर्किंग, राइट? वेयर इट इज गेटिंग फेल्ड, व्हाट इज द रीजन बिहाइंड दैट. So that's the beauty of Cypress, guys.
Yes, it's really helpful.
Any more question, guys, on this slide?
सर वेट हमें कोई पर्टिकुलर एलिमेंट पे लगाना हो या फिर
हाँ, उसके लिए हम एक्सप्लिसिट लगा सकते हैं, राइट? तो आई विल टेल यू cy.weight हम कर लेते हैं उसमें ब्रैकेट में. इफ यू वांट टू एक्सप्लिसिटली अगर लगाना है यू कैन राइट, राइट?
ओके सर.
तो वी हैव दैट लिबर्टी. ऐसा नहीं है कि इनबिल्ट पे ही आपको वेट, अगर आपको एक्सप्लिसिटली अगर लगाना है राइट, तो यू कैन यूज दैट एज वेल.
ओके
Sir, one more.
यस प्लीज.
थर्ड पॉइंट पे सर अभी अपनी बात हुई जहाँ पे कि हम कुछ चेक कर रहे हो, वहाँ पे हमें जैसे आपने एग्जांपल दिया था बैंक का, राइट? तो वहाँ पे हमने वो पे बाय यूपीआई पे क्लिक किया और वो बैंक की साइट पे गया और वहां से हमें बैंक तो सक्सेस रिस्पॉन्स दे रही है, बट साइप्रस उसको डमी रिस्पॉन्स में सक्सेस को रीड करके डमी रिस्पॉन्स अपने को दे रहा है, राइट? बट अपना जो यूआई है वो कैसे परफॉर्म करेगा? वहां पे तो उसको मतलब सर्वर से तो उसको सक्सेस रिस्पॉन्स मिलेगा, तो
नहीं, तो
UI
जो हमारी स्क्रिप्ट होगी, हमारी स्क्रिप्ट विल नॉट रीड अ सक्सेस रेस्पॉन्स, हमारी स्क्रिप्ट विल रीड द डमी रेस्पॉन्स जो